I'm here at the Port of New York and New Jersey, where all the giant containers you see around me are off to points unknown. Now, you may not think of the term environmental stewardship when it comes to shipping these giant containers, but green shipping is a big part of doing green business today, as you're about to see. When it comes to transporting cargo around the globe, there's a huge environmental benefit to doing it by sea.
Shipping is a very efficient way of moving goods. It's much more efficient than moving it by air freight or by road or by rail even. So shipping can really get a lot of work done for not so much energy.
It's very important being green in the shipping industry. It's just all about us doing our part and being good environmental stewards.
Certainly Maersk knows about shipping global cargo. As the leading container shipping company in the world with more than 500 vessels, Maersk considers shipping to be the most CO2 efficient mode of transportation for globalization today.
Well, sailing a ship is not something that requires a lot of energy compared to, for example, flying an airplane. And also because the ships are so big, they can really hold a lot of cargo. If you take a ship like Maersk, the world's largest container ship, you could be able to stack 7,500 40-foot containers in just one vessel. That's a lot.
Yet Maersk's focus is very much on reducing that global CO2 emission as well as improving its own energy efficiency in shipping. Maersk Line has a suite of projects that will help them reduce their own CO2 emissions and often to the benefit of the entire shipping industry. A few years back, Maersk Line found a way to operate their container ships at much slower speed than was originally thought possible without damaging the engine. This so-called slow steaming and even super slow steaming was implemented across the entire Maersk Line fleet, and the learning was shared with the entire industry. Today, around half of the global fleet of container vessels are slow steaming. And this is good for the environment because the slower the speed, the lower the CO2 emissions. Maersk Line has also tested biofuel on container vessels, and the company is constantly engaging in innovation of new technologies to improve fuel efficiency and reduce CO2 emissions. And now the company is embarking on a new project where it will be retrofitting its fleet with an environmental makeover of new technologies. This will help further improve the environmental performance of Maersk Line's vessels.
Of course, a lot more than can be done. I mean, we are constantly improving the efficiency of our vessels and our containers and thereby reducing the carbon footprint of our customers who are relying on our services.
And those customers are the largest, most environmentally conscious companies in the world who share the stage with Maersk at sustainability conferences, like this Business for Social Responsibility gathering in New York City, where green customers are eager to partner with like-minded companies.
They want to know what is our carbon footprint and how can you help us reduce it.
Every company today is part of a big global supply chain, and of course companies like Maersk make our global supply chains go. And when they work together, that creates real power in the global supply chain to achieve much greater savings in terms of energy as well as costs.
It's very important for us to be a responsible global citizen, and we truly believe that we can do something very good for the environment and make a good business at the same time.
Today, more and more companies are not just looking at cost and transit time in choosing a shipping company, they're looking at its environmental performance. And that means a higher score for doing green business today.